Your questionnaires are complete, but now you are actually staring at SPSS wondering, what am I supposed to do with all of this data? If that sounds familiar, stay with me because everything is about to change with this one AI tool. Now, Julius AI is simply an AI platform that you can upload your data, any type of data, and conduct your analysis. With this AI platform, you don't have to recode your variable, you don't have to learn any menu button. All you need to do is just prompt it. Just ask it simple question in a simple language and it's going to give you your results. Now, to begin using this platform, all you need is your Excel data, the data that you've collected, the one that you've downloaded or you entered into your Excel. Now, once you have that, all you have to do is to go to Google and type in Julius.ai. Then click on the first link and log in or sign up. So I don't have an account, so I'm going to sign up. So it's going to allow you to continue with Google or you can register using your email. Once you're done, an interface will appear like this. So you can see you have a new task, you have a library, you have data connectors, a lot of things you can do with it. But for today, we are going to focus on how we can analyze our data. So I'm going to go to new task. If yours is not in new task, make sure that you are in new task. Now all you have to do is to come down here and add files. So you can see you can upload a file. You can upload a file from your Google Drive if you have. So here I'm going to select my Excel data to upload. Now the first thing I want to do is to ask you to analyze and to categorize all the variables, to classify them whether it's categorical, nominal, or ordinal, and explain what the variables are measuring and identify any potential issues that may affect my analysis. So in this case, if there's any missing value or there's any outlier response, it's going to identify it. You can see now it has identified all my variables, my social demographic data, my knowledge question, my attitude question as well. And it has given me some of the things to take note when analyzing my data. For example, right here, it's telling me that some items are negatively worded. Those are my attitude items. So I need to be careful while I am coding them. And also it has identified that some of the items are poorly labeled. So these are the things that you need to take note before analyzing your data to ensure that you have a good data. And if you want, you can also ask it to teach you how to clean your data. Now, apart from cleaning, let's move to the second thing that we can actually do with this Julius AI, which is table creation. Now, I've asked it to generate a social demographic characteristic table for all the demographic variables, including frequency and percentage, and present the table in a publication-ready format. Here you can see it has given me the table and the total number of the respondents that I have, which is 145. Now you can see we have the age, you can see the category, the frequency, and the percentage for each group, and then the gender. You can also see it, every single thing with just one prompt. Also, you can see that it has added a brief interpretation for this table, telling me which gender is predominant and also the largest age group of my respondents. With SPSS, you have to look at it yourself. Which one is larger? Which one is smaller? I'm going to ask it to calculate the mean and standard deviation for the age group. You can see we have our mean age is 36.9, and then we have plus or minus 10.8 years as our standard deviation. Also, another thing we can do is to analyze our objectives, our variables. So I'm going to analyze my knowledge items. So now, because it is knowledge, so I want to classify it as whether my respondents have good, fair, or poor knowledge. So basically here I've asked it to analyze, to categorize, and then I've inserted all the knowledge items here, all the 7 knowledge questions. I've pasted it here, and also I've asked it to use the Bloom's cutoff point for the classification, and I've also asked it to explain the categorization process. And here you can see it has given me the composite knowledge score, where 1 represents people who have answered correctly or people who answered yes, and 0 represent people who answered my question wrongly or they answered no. And also it has given me the total knowledge score for the 7 items that I have. And also here it has shown me how it arrived at that score, telling me that since the total item is 7, so each respondent can score between 0 and 7. And also down here you can see the Bloom's cutoff point. So it has ranged it from 0 to 59%, you can see from 60 to 79%, and from 80 to 100%. And also it has given me the knowledge items so that I can check and know that, okay, these are the items included in this analysis. In case if there's any attitude question or any question that does not belong to the knowledge section, I can remove it from here. But for this knowledge item, actually, I don't want to use table all through my project, all through my research paper. So I've asked it to create a pie chart directly from the data set And now you can see our pie chart is ready. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a pie chart. If you want a histogram or a line graph, in fact, you can even do a scattered plot depending on your type of data and the kind of analysis that you are doing. Now, apart from analyzing data and generating diagrams, another thing we can do with Julius AI is to interpret our findings, because here I've asked you to interpret the following frequency table in academic language. I ask you to focus on major findings, dominant categories, and important trends. You can see it has responded beautifully with the largest group and the least group. Now you can see I've asked it, what factors explain the high knowledge? Why is there a high knowledge among my respondents? And it is suggesting that it's probably because majority of the people have a BSc level education, and also a lot of my respondents have 10 or more years of clinical experience, and also a lot of them are senior nurses. So that explains the high knowledge among my respondents. Even though I asked it not to discuss it, it has given me some papers that have similar findings to my own. So I can easily go and click on this link to see where the research paper is coming from. If there's anything that I can take from it, if I want to save it for my discussion section, I can actually do that. Another important thing that you can do is you can ask Julius AI to run a bivariate analysis for you, or a regression for you. If you wish to compare your findings, or if you want to prove a relationship statistically. So Julius AI has made it easier to go back to trace your previous prompt. So you don't have to be scrolling up. So you can just come to this menu bar right here and look at all the prompts that you've imputed. So once you're done, you can actually verify all your results, verify the output, because you don't want to be copying blindly what AI has given you to be pasting it in your project without verifying everything, without knowing that everything that it has said, it is correct. You want to do the verification and use your critical thinking as a human to decide what your data means and whether the interpretation is correct or is not correct. And now you don't need to go through the pain of looking for who is going to install SPSS on your laptop for you, or going through the pain of learning how to use SPSS, because all you need is to understand English and how to type in English for you to get your analysis done. You don't need any statistics background before using Julius AI. And I'm going to link some of the prompts that I use in my description, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.